Facilitate. Make a process, task, or activity easier or more convenient. Facilitate communication. Facilitate learning. Facilitate teamwork. Facilitate collaboration. Facilitate decision-making. Facilitate change. Facilitate access. The project manager's role is to facilitate effective communication between team members, ensuring that everyone is on the same page. Fauna. The animal life or the collective animal species found in a particular region, habitat, or time period. Native fauna. Aquatic fauna. Terrestrial fauna. Fauna diversity. Fauna habitat. Fauna ecosystem. The Amazon rainforest is known for its rich and diverse fauna, including unique species of mammals, birds, reptiles, and insects. Fraudulent. Something that involves deceit, dishonesty, or intentional deception with the purpose of gaining an unfair advantage or causing harm to others. Fraudulent activity. Fraudulent behavior. Fraudulent claim. Fraudulent document. Fraudulent practices. Fraudulent manipulation. The company was found guilty of engaging in fraudulent practices, misrepresenting their financial statements to deceive investors. Flawed. Something that has imperfections, errors, or defects. Flawed system. Flawed logic. Flawed reasoning. Flawed argument. Flawed design. The research study had flawed methodology, leading to unreliable results. Formulator. Someone who creates, designs, or develops a plan, formula, or strategy. Product formulator. Formula formulator. Strategy formulator. Policy formulator. Solution formulator. The chemist worked as the lead formulator in the development of a new skincare product. Fellow. Something that is similar or equal to another thing. Fellow students. Fellow employees. Fellow researchers. Fellow travelers. Fellow members. I had a conversation with my fellow colleagues about the upcoming project. Fraud. The intentional deception, dishonesty, or trickery carried out for personal gain or to cause harm to others. Insurance fraud. Credit card fraud. Internet fraud. Fraudulent activity. Fraud investigation. The company's CEO was charged with fraud for knowingly providing false financial statements to investors. Feminine. Qualities, characteristics, or behaviors typically associated with females or women. Feminine beauty. Feminine energy. Feminine clothing. Feminine hygiene. Feminine empowerment. She embraced her feminine side, expressing her emotions and nurturing those around her. Fundamental. Something that is essential, basic, or foundational. Fundamental principles. Fundamental rights. Fundamental concepts. Fundamental changes. Fundamentally important. Understanding the fundamental principles of mathematics is crucial for solving complex problems. Fallacious, based on a false or mistaken belief, deceptive or misleading. Fallacious argument. Fallacious reasoning. Fallacious statement. Fallacious assumption. Fallacious interpretation. The politicians' claim that the new policy would lead to an immediate economic boom was fallacious, as it was not supported by any empirical evidence. Fathom. To understand or comprehend, a difficult or complex issue. I couldn't fathom the depth of her grief. It's hard to fathom why he made such a reckless decision. The complexity of the situation was difficult to fathom. The true motives behind his actions are beyond my fathom. The magnitude of the problem was hard to fathom. Feasible. Capable of being done, accomplished, or achieved with reasonable effort or practicality. The proposed project is feasible within the given budget. We need to come up with a feasible solution to the problem. After careful analysis, we concluded that the plan is feasible. The timeline for the project is tight but still feasible. The idea seemed promising but not feasible in the current circumstances. Fluctuate. To vary or change irregularly, to rise and fall unpredictably. Fluctuate in price, to experience changes in value or cost. Fluctuate in temperature, to have unpredictable variations in temperature. Fluctuate in demand, to see inconsistent shifts in the level of demand. Fluctuate in mood, to exhibit irregular changes in emotional state. Fluctuate in intensity, to vary in degree or strength over time. The stock market is known to fluctuate, with prices constantly changing throughout the trading day. Formidable. Formidable, causing fear, apprehension, or admiration due to being impressively powerful, intense, or capable. Formidable opponent, a strong and challenging adversary. Formidable task, a difficult and demanding undertaking. Formidable obstacle, a significant and formidable barrier to overcome. Formidable presence, a commanding and intimidating presence. Formidable reputation, a widely recognized and respected reputation for excellence or strength. Fortitude, mental or emotional strength in facing difficulty, adversity, or pain with courage and resilience. Show fortitude, to display strength and resilience in the face of challenges. Admirable fortitude, exhibiting commendable bravery and determination. Inner fortitude, the internal strength and courage to endure hardships. Despite facing numerous setbacks, she demonstrated incredible fortitude and never gave up on her dreams. Frivolous. Not having any serious purpose or value, carefree and lacking in seriousness. Frivolous behavior, engaging in light-hearted and trivial actions. Frivolous spending, making unnecessary and wasteful purchases. Frivolous conversation, engaging in idle and unimportant talk. Frivolous lawsuit, a legal case lacking merit or substance. The party was filled with frivolous games and laughter, providing a carefree atmosphere for all the guests. Furtive. Attempting to avoid notice or attention, typically because of guilt or a desire to keep something secret. Furtive glances, quick and secretive looks. Furtive movements, stealthy and cautious actions. Furtive meeting, a secret and discreet gathering. Furtive behavior, surreptitious and covert conduct. Furtive whisper, a hushed and secretive conversation. The spy cast furtive glances around the room, ensuring that no one was observing their clandestine activities. Futile, incapable of producing any useful result, pointless or ineffective. Futile attempt, an unsuccessful and fruitless effort. Futile endeavor, a futile and unproductive undertaking. Futile struggle, a futile and futile battle. Futile pursuit, a pointless and unrewarding pursuit. Futile resistance, an ineffective and futile resistance. Despite their best efforts, the team's attempts to salvage the sinking ship proved futile, and it eventually succumbed to the depths of the ocean. Frenetic. Fast and energetic in a rather wild and uncontrolled way. Frenetic pace, a fast and frenzied speed. Frenetic activity, an intense and chaotic level of activity. Frenetic energy, a high level of restless and frantic energy. Frenetic movement, rapid and frenzied movements. Frenetic atmosphere, a frantic and bustling environment. The frenetic pace of the city streets during rush hour can be overwhelming for those unaccustomed to such a fast-paced lifestyle. Fulminate. Fulminate. To express strong and vehement protest or criticism. Fulminate against, to vehemently protest or criticize something. Fulminate with anger, to express intense anger and outrage. Fulminate against injustice, to strongly condemn and protest against injustice. Fulminate against government policies, to vehemently criticize and oppose government policies. Fulminate against social inequality, to express strong protest against social inequality. Fidelity. Fidelity, faithfulness, loyalty, and commitment. Marital fidelity, faithfulness and loyalty within a marriage. Fidelity to duty, commitment and dedication to fulfilling one's responsibilities. Fidelity to principles, adherence to one's values and beliefs. Fidelity to a cause, unwavering commitment to a particular purpose or movement. Fidelity to the truth, commitment to honesty and accuracy in conveying information. Despite facing numerous temptations, he remained steadfast in his fidelity to his spouse, demonstrating his unwavering loyalty and commitment to their marriage. Flabbergasted. Extremely surprised or astonished. Completely flabbergasted. Flabbergasted by the news. Left flabbergasted. Flabbergasted expression. Flabbergasted reaction. When she won the lottery, she was completely flabbergasted, unable to believe her luck and overwhelmed by the sudden turn of events. Flagrant. Conspicuously or obviously offensive or bad. Flagrant violation, a clear and blatant breach of rules or laws. Flagrant disregard, a complete and intentional lack of respect or consideration. Flagrant misconduct, egregious and unacceptable behavior. Flagrant injustice, a glaring and undeniable unfairness. Flagrant error, a significant and unmistakable mistake. Forsake. To abandon or renounce someone or something. Forsake a friendship. Forsake one's dreams. Forsake a habit. Forsake a belief. Forsake a responsibility. Despite the challenges, she refused to forsake her passion for art and pursued a career as a professional painter. Fractious, tending to be irritable or quarrelsome. Fractious child. Fractious meeting. Fractious relationship. Fractious atmosphere. Fractious team. The fractious atmosphere in the office made it challenging for the team to collaborate effectively on the project. Foment. To promote or incite the development of something, typically something negative or harmful, such as unrest, discord, or violence. Foment unrest. Foment dissent. Foment division. Foment revolution. Foment controversy. The politician was accused of fomenting unrest among the population by making inflammatory statements during his campaign. Frivolity. The quality or state of being frivolous, lack of seriousness or importance. Engage in frivolity, to participate in activities that are light-hearted and lacking seriousness. Sense of frivolity, a feeling or atmosphere of lightness and lack of seriousness. Moment of frivolity, a brief period of indulging in carefree and trivial activities. Air of frivolity, a noticeable aura or vibe of lightheartedness and lack of importance. Act of frivolity, a specific action or behavior that is considered trivial or lacking in seriousness. Facetious. Treating serious issues with inappropriate humor or sarcasm, not meant to be taken seriously. Make facetious remarks, to make sarcastic or joking comments in a light-hearted manner. Facetious tone, a playful or sarcastic manner of speaking that is not intended to be serious. Facetious response, a humorous or sarcastic reply that is not meant to be taken seriously. Facetious comment, a witty or sarcastic statement made for amusement rather than seriousness. Facetious behavior, engaging in joking or humorous actions without a serious intent. Fallacy. A mistaken belief or erroneous reasoning that leads to incorrect conclusions. Logical fallacy, a flaw in reasoning or argumentation that renders the conclusion invalid. Common fallacy, a widely held but incorrect belief or reasoning error. Fallacy of composition, mistakenly assuming that what is true for a part is also true for the whole. Fallacy of authority, relying on the opinion or testimony of an authority figure as evidence, even if they are not an expert in the relevant field. Fallacy of equivocation, using ambiguous language or terms with multiple meanings to mislead or confuse. Fanatical. Characterized by extreme enthusiasm, zeal, or devotion. Fanatical supporter. Fanatical devotion. Fanatical behavior. Fanatical obsession. Fanatical determination. He was a fanatical supporter of the team, attending every game and collecting memorabilia. Fatuous. Showing a lack of intelligence or foolishness, devoid of reason or good sense. fatuous remark, fatuous behavior, fatuous decision, fatuous idea, fatuous laughter. His fatuous comment revealed his complete lack of understanding of the situation. Fervent, showing passionate intensity, enthusiasm, or fervor. Fervent supporter, fervent prayer, fervent desire, fervent love, fervent dedication. She delivered a fervent speech that inspired the audience to take action. Figment, something that is invented or imagined, typically used to refer to something that is not real or true. Figment of imagination, figment of one's dreams, figment of the imagination, figment of fantasy, figment of the mind. The creature in the story was a figment of the author's imagination, created to entertain the readers. Fatuous, silly, foolish, or lacking intelligence. Fatuous remark, fatuous behavior, fatuous decision, fatuous smile, fatuous argument. His fatuous comment only served to highlight his lack of understanding on the subject. Fervent, showing passionate enthusiasm or zeal. Fervent supporter, fervent belief, fervent prayer, fervent desire, fervent dedication. She was a fervent advocate for animal rights, tirelessly working to protect and promote their welfare. Figment, something that is invented or imagined, typically used to refer to something that is not real or true. Figment of imagination, figment of one's dreams, figment of the imagination, figment of fantasy, figment of the mind. The creature in the story was a figment of the author's imagination, created to entertain the readers. Foreboding, a sense or feeling of impending doom or misfortune. Sense of foreboding, deep foreboding, foreboding presence, overwhelming foreboding, unsettling foreboding. As she entered the old, abandoned house, a strong sense of foreboding washed over her. Formulate, to create or develop systematically, to devise or plan. Formulate a strategy. Formulate a plan. Formulate a hypothesis. Formulate a theory. Formulate a response. The scientists worked together to formulate a comprehensive theory to explain the observed phenomenon. Foster, to encourage, promote, or nurture the development of something. Foster positive relationships. Foster creativity. Foster growth. Foster collaboration. Foster a sense of belonging. The organization aims to foster a supportive environment where employees can thrive and reach their full potential. Fracture, to break or crack, especially in a bone or hard material. Fracture a bone. Fracture a relationship. Fracture a piece of glass. Fracture the surface. Fracture under pressure. The athlete suffered a severe fracture in his leg during the match. Frivolously, in a frivolous or light-hearted manner, without serious intent or consideration. Behave frivolously. Spend money frivolously. Speak frivolously. Act frivolously. Laugh frivolously. She was criticized for making frivolously sarcastic remarks during the serious meeting. Flourish. Flourish, to thrive, prosper, or grow well, to develop in a healthy or vigorous way. Flourish in business. Flourish in the arts. Flourish academically. Flourish with creativity. Flourish with success. With proper care and attention, the newly planted garden began to flourish, showcasing vibrant flowers and lush greenery. Flawless. Without any imperfections, defects, or errors, perfect or impeccable. Flawless beauty. Flawless performance. Flawless execution. Flawless reputation. Flawless craftsmanship. The diamond was absolutely flawless, with no visible blemishes or inclusions, making it a highly sought-after gem. Frugal. Practicing or characterized by economy and avoiding waste, thrifty or economical. Live a frugal lifestyle. Practice frugal spending. Adopt a frugal mindset. Embrace frugal living. Make frugal choices. She managed to save a significant amount of money by adopting a frugal approach, cutting back on unnecessary expenses and finding ways to be more resourceful. Foreseeable. Foreseeable, capable of being anticipated, predicted, or expected. In the foreseeable future. Foreseeable consequences. Foreseeable outcome. Foreseeable risks. Foreseeable events. Given the current trends, it is foreseeable that technology will continue to advance at a rapid pace. Flout. To openly disregard or disobey a rule, law, or convention. Flout the regulations. Flout the norms. Flout authority. Flout the rules. Flout tradition. The rebellious teenager decided to flout the curfew and stay out late with friends. Forthcoming. Planned or scheduled to happen in the near future, willing to share information or be helpful. Forthcoming event. Forthcoming book. Forthcoming release. Forthcoming announcement. Forthcoming interview. The company's CEO hinted at some exciting forthcoming projects during the press conference. Flippant. Not showing a serious or respectful attitude, lacking proper seriousness or respect. Flippant remark. Flippant response. Flippant attitude. Flippant tone. Flippant behavior. His flippant comment about the serious issue offended many people in the room. Fundamental. Forming an essential or basic foundation, central or primary in importance. Fundamental principles. Fundamental rights. Fundamental concepts. Fundamental skills. Fundamental understanding. A strong grasp of fundamental mathematics is crucial for success in advanced engineering courses. Felicitous. Well-suited, appropriate, or fortunate, marked by happiness or good fortune. Felicitous choice of words. Felicitous timing. Felicitous turn of events. Felicitous expression. Felicitous outcome. The speech was well received, thanks to the speaker's felicitous use of humor and anecdotes. Ferocious. Extremely fierce, violent, or aggressive. Ferocious animal. Ferocious attack. Ferocious hunger. Ferocious roar. Ferocious competition. The ferocious lion prowled the savannah, ready to defend its territory against any intruders. Furrow. A long, narrow trench or groove, typically made in the ground by a plow or by erosion. Deep furrow. Plow a furrow. Furrowed brow. Furrowed field. Follow the furrow. The farmer used a tractor to plow a straight furrow in the field, preparing it for planting. Fusion. The process or result of joining two or more things together to form a single entity. Nuclear fusion. Fusion cuisine. Fusion of ideas. Fusion reactor. Fusion dance. The restaurant offers a unique fusion of traditional and modern flavors, creating an exciting dining experience. Fiasco. A complete failure or disaster. Political fiasco. Financial fiasco. PR fiasco. Organizational fiasco. Legal fiasco. The product launch turned into a fiasco when the equipment malfunctioned and the presentation went completely awry. Filibuster. A tactic used to delay or obstruct legislative action by making lengthy speeches or engaging in other obstructive actions. Senate filibuster. Filibuster debate. Filibuster tactics. Filibuster attempt. Filibuster rule. The senator conducted a filibuster to block the passing of the bill, speaking for hours on end to delay the vote. Fluctuation. The act or process of continually changing or varying, especially up and down. Price fluctuation. Temperature fluctuation. Market fluctuation. Mood fluctuation. Energy fluctuation. The stock market experienced significant fluctuations throughout the day, causing uncertainty among investors. Fulfillment, the state or quality of being fulfilled or satisfied. Personal fulfillment. Career fulfillment. Emotional fulfillment. Spiritual fulfillment. Sense of fulfillment. Achieving your dreams can bring a deep sense of fulfillment and happiness. Feasibility. The state or quality of being feasible or possible. Economic feasibility. Technical feasibility. Financial feasibility. Feasibility study. Feasibility analysis. Before starting a new project, it is important to conduct a feasibility study to determine its viability and potential success. Fervor. Intense and passionate feeling or enthusiasm. Religious fervor. Political fervor. Creative fervor. Fervor of the crowd. Fervor for justice. The crowd cheered with fervor as their favorite team scored the winning goal. Feign. To pretend or give a false appearance of something. Feign ignorance. Feign surprise. Feign interest. Feign innocence. Feign happiness. She tried to feign excitement when she received a gift she didn't like. Flamboyant. Strikingly bold or showy, characterized by extravagant and colorful display. Flamboyant fashion. Flamboyant personality. Flamboyant style. Flamboyant gestures. Flamboyant performance. The actor's flamboyant stage presence captivated the audience. Fugitive. A person who is fleeing or has fled from something, typically the law or an undesirable situation. Fugitive from justice. Fugitive from the law. Fugitive from custody. Fugitive slave. Fugitive criminal. The police chased the fugitive through the city streets. Fortuitous. Happening by chance or luck, fortunate. Fortuitous encounter. Fortuitous timing. Fortuitous turn of events. Fortuitous opportunity. Fortuitous outcome. It was a fortuitous meeting that led to their successful collaboration. Fragmented. Broken or separated into different parts or pieces, incomplete or disjointed. Fragmented memories. Fragmented society. Fragmented narrative. Fragmented communication. Fragmented approach. The book's fragmented structure made it challenging to follow the storyline. Franchise. A legal and commercial relationship between the owner of a trademark, brand, or business model, franchisor, and an individual or company, franchisee, who is granted the right to operate a business using that trademark, brand, or business model. Franchise opportunity. Franchise agreement. Franchise expansion. Franchise system. Franchise investment. He decided to purchase a franchise and open his own fast food restaurant. Frailty. The quality or state of being physically weak, delicate, or fragile, lacking strength or robustness. Frailty of old age. Emotional frailty. Frailty of health. Frailty of character. Mental frailty. The patient's frailty prevented him from engaging in strenuous physical activities. Fathomless. Impossible to measure the depth of or comprehend, extremely deep or profound. Fathomless abyss. Fathomless mystery. Fathomless ocean. Fathomless knowledge. Fathomless despair. As she stared into the fathomless darkness of the night sky, she couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. Finesse. Skillful, subtle, and clever handling of a situation, delicate or refined execution. Execute with finesse. Handle with finesse. Display finesse. Employ finesse. Finesse the details. With great finesse, the pianist gracefully played the intricate piece, captivating the audience with every note. Fraud. Filled or laden with something, typically a negative emotion or difficulty. Fraud with tension. Fraud with uncertainty. Fraud with challenges. Fraud with danger. Fraud with consequences. The negotiation was fraught with tension as both sides struggled to find common ground. Fulsome. Excessive or abundant, often to the point of being insincere or cloying. Fulsome praise. Fulsome admiration. Fulsome flattery. Fulsome gratitude. Fulsome apologies. She received fulsome praise for her outstanding performance in the play, but some found it insincere. Fusillade. A series of shots or missiles fired all at once or in quick succession. A fusillade of bullets. A fusillade of criticism. A fusillade of questions. A fusillade of arrows. A fusillade of artillery fire. As the enemy approached, the soldiers unleashed a fusillade of gunfire. Flabbergast. To surprise or astonish someone greatly. Flabbergast with amazement. Flabbergast the audience. Flabbergast with disbelief. Flabbergast with a shocking revelation. Flabbergast with unexpected news. Her incredible performance on stage flabbergasted the entire audience. Forensic. Relating to or used in the field of forensic science or criminal investigation. Forensic analysis. Forensic evidence. Forensic investigation. Forensic techniques. Forensic pathology. The forensic team examined the crime scene for any trace of DNA evidence. Fecund. Producing or capable of producing an abundance of offspring, vegetation, or creative ideas, fertile. Fecund soil. Fecund imagination. Fecundity of ideas. Fecund animal species. Fecund creative process. The artist's fecund mind produced a constant flow of innovative artwork. Flux. Continuous change or movement, a state of uncertainty or fluctuation. State of flux. Constant flux. In a state of flux. Flux of information. Flux in the market. The company's rapid expansion led to a constant flux of new employees and changing roles. Foresee. To anticipate or predict something before it happens. Foresee the future. Foresee potential problems. Foresee a change. Foresee the consequences. Foresee a successful outcome. Based on the current market trends, the analyst can foresee a decline in sales for the upcoming quarter. Fomentation. The act of instigating or stirring up trouble, unrest, or agitation. Political fomentation. Social fomentation. Fomentation of rebellion. Economic fomentation. Cultural fomentation. The provocative speech by the leader led to the fomentation of discontent among the population, resulting in widespread protests. Feckless. Lacking initiative, responsibility, or effectiveness, incompetent or irresponsible. Feckless behavior. Feckless leadership. Feckless attitude. Feckless decision-making. Feckless actions. His feckless approach to managing the project resulted in delays and poor outcomes. Florid. Having a flushed or excessively intricate or elaborate style. Florid complexion. Florid prose. Florid design. Florid ornamentation. Florid speech. The writer's florid descriptions painted a vivid picture in the reader's mind. Fanfare. A spectacular public display or celebration, typically accompanied by enthusiastic noise and attention. Trumpet fanfare. Grand fanfare. Fanfare of applause. Fanfare of publicity. Royal fanfare. The opening ceremony was greeted with great fanfare, with fireworks, music, and cheering crowds. Fickle. Likely to change frequently or unexpectedly, especially in regards to one's opinions, interests, or loyalties. Fickle weather. Fickle love. Fickle nature. Fickle decision. Fickle allegiance. She's known for her fickle taste in music, always switching between genres and artists. Fervid. Intensely enthusiastic or passionate. Fervid speech. Fervid imagination. Fervid devotion. Fervid debate. Fervid emotions. The speaker delivered a fervid speech that inspired the audience to take action. Felonious. constituting a felony, which is a serious crime typically punishable by imprisonment. Felonious act. Felonious intent. Felonious assault. Felonious possession. Felonious escape. He was charged with a felonious act after robbing the bank at gunpoint. Fecundity. The quality or capacity of being fertile, fruitful, or productive. Fecundity. High fecundity. Fecundity rate. Fecundity of the soil. Fecundity of ideas. Fecundity of nature. The fecundity of the apple orchard led to a bountiful harvest this year. Factitious. Something artificial, created, or produced by human beings, rather than occurring naturally. Factitious smile. Factitious behavior. Factitious illness. Factitious environment. Her factitious display of enthusiasm fooled no one, it was evident that she was not genuinely excited. Fiduciary. A person or entity that holds a position of trust and is legally bound to act in the best interest of another party. Fiduciary duty. Fiduciary relationship. Fiduciary responsibility. Fiduciary agreement. Fiduciary role. As the executor of the estate, he had a fiduciary obligation to manage the assets for the beneficiaries. Foible. A minor flaw or weakness in someone's character or behavior that is considered to be part of their individuality or charm. Quirky foible. Endearing foible. Amusing foible. Eccentric foible. Perceived foible. His constant forgetfulness was seen as a foible by his friends, but they found it endearing nonetheless. Facile. Something that is easily achieved, accomplished, or understood without much effort or difficulty. It can also refer to someone who displays superficial or simplistic thinking. Facile solution. Facile explanation. Facile victory. Facile argument. Facile assumption. His essay received praise for its clear and facile writing style, making complex concepts easily understandable to the readers. Flummox. To confuse, perplex, or bewilder someone, often by presenting them with something unexpected or puzzling. Completely flummoxed. Utterly flummoxing. Flummoxing situation. Flummoxed expression. Flummoxing puzzle. The complex riddles in the game flummoxed the players, leaving them scratching their heads in confusion. Fecundate. To fertilize, impregnate, or make something capable of producing offspring or new life. Fecundate the eggs. Fecundate the soil. Fecundate the flowers. Fecundate the female. Fecundate the ovum. The male fish releases sperm to fecundate the eggs laid by the female, initiating the process of reproduction. Frangible. Something that is easily broken, shattered, or fragile, especially when subjected to pressure or impact. Frangible. Frangible glass. Frangible materials. Frangible objects. Frangible components. Frangible structures. The frangible nature of the delicate porcelain vase made it susceptible to damage, and it shattered into pieces when it fell off the shelf. Forebode. To predict, anticipate, or have a feeling or premonition about something negative or harmful that is about to happen. Forebode. Forebode disaster. Forebode trouble. Forebode ominous signs. Forebode a dark future. Forebode impending doom. The dark clouds and thunderstorms forebode a stormy night ahead. Fractals. Complex geometric patterns or shapes that repeat themselves infinitely at different scales, often created through mathematical equations. Fractals. Study of fractals. Fractals in nature. Fractals in art. Fractals in computer graphics. Fractals in chaos theory. The coastline exhibited self-similar fractals, as smaller sections of its shape mirrored the larger overall pattern. Felicity. A state of great happiness, joy, or blissful contentment. Felicity. Pure felicity. Radiant felicity. Overflowing felicity. Unbridled felicity. Inner felicity. The couple danced with felicity on their wedding day, embracing the joy of their union.